I'm going to watch that moment in the Alex Jones trial. And this is not just my reaction. I think it was the reaction of like every attorney and paralegal watching the debauchery unfold in the courtroom for the trial against Alex Jones. All right, let's dive in and watch this thing.
One of the things you talked about yesterday is you complied with discovery, right? You said that on the witness stand?
That's one of the things I talked about.
Okay. One of the things that you were ordered to do in this lawsuit, you were ordered to turn over any text messages mentioning Sandy Hook, right?
Yes.
And you didn't have it, right?
Not that we could find.
And you in fact told me.
Who's we? Not that we could find. Who is we? Is we like him and his family and his wife? I have no idea what this guy's background is and whether or not he's married, but who is we? And if we means his attorneys and him, and he turns all this information over to the attorney, all right, let's keep watching.
In your testimony, sworn testimony before coming to this courtroom, you searched, right?
I did.
Okay.
It's not that hard to search.
Were you here for Mr. Schroeder's testimony?
Cell phones,
Yes.
tablets.
You remember when Owen said, the company has learned from its mistakes about Sandy Hook? You remember that?
I did hear him say that.
You agree with that?
Yeah, we certainly learned from our mistakes, got a lot better.
Okay.
I bet you have.
Mr. Jones, I'd like to show you what's been marked as plaintiff's exhibit 130. You've got it upside down. This text message is between you and Paul Watson, isn't it?
Yes.
And they mention Sandy Hook, don't they?
Yes.
Plaintiffs move 130 into evidence.
Any objection?
Objection? Anything? Please don't tell me this is the first time you're ever seeing this.
Show you where
Plaintiff's 130 is admitted.
Can you bring in 130 to resolution?
Okay. Before trial, you are required to turn over all of your trial exhibits. So it's not as if Alex Jones' attorney didn't have the opportunity to look over all of those exhibits before his client was cross-examined on this piece of information. I mean, he's looking at this piece of information as if this is the very first time that he's seen this. And I mean, according to every single civil procedure that I am aware of out there, you are required to turn those things over, okay? This isn't a My Cousin Vinny moment, guys. There aren't supposed to be any surprises for a reason. So, I don't know. Let's just watch the rest of this debauchery. Here we go.
Let's zoom in on the little article up in the corner. Misty.
Please.
I'm going to walk over to this to you so we can kind of point it. I know it's a little hard to read. You may be able to read it a little better on your screen. But this is a zoom of Mr. Watson has sent you a screenshot from Infowars.com, correct?
It appears to be.
Yeah, and it has an article here, right?
Yes.
And it says, staged. Video shows hospital using dummies in ER for coronavirus footage. What it says?
I believe so.
Let's go to the first message from Mr.
That poor court reporter. I mean, having to type cough, cough, cough.
Read along with me, Mr. Jones. He says, this is a video.
Sorry, excuse me one second.
No problem. Take your time.
Oh.
You ready?
Somebody get this man some tea with some honey to, kind of help his throat a little bit so we can hear the crap that's coming out of this dude's mouth.
You may not think it's a problem, but it's a real one.
Sure.
Just give me a second. All right, go ahead.
He looks like he's about to have a coronary on the
Mr. Watson
stand.
says, this is a video of a medical student training to intubate. makes us look ridiculous suggesting this means COVID is fake. Sandy Hook all over again. I read that correctly?
Yes.
Go to the next message.
I think he's about to have a coronary because he knows that his attorney has literally just fucked the fuck up.
What'd you tell Mr. Watson?
I get it.
It's true that this article is right now live on Infowars.com. I can pull it up, right?
I've never seen this text message. I guess you guys got Paul's. My phone didn't save them. So that's fine with me.
Your phone didn't save the second.
I told you guys I gave it to the lawyers. He said they drained the phone, they didn't find that stuff. I don't know how my phone's.
Gave it to the lawyers.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay, they drain the phone and they find something. So this is what I call, and what you can call, what we all call in this legal industry, a forensic legal examination. When forensic legal examinations go on with electronic devices, you are literally sitting there with a third party taking all this data off of your phone for purposes of discovery. Now, most of the time when you have a forensic evaluation, you are going to go through the process of e-discovery, okay? There's probably something working in the background, relativity, Everlaw. There's lots of them out there. So you can do keyword searches on the forensic evaluation information that was pulled from the data of that phone. It's not that difficult, people. It is not that difficult to search your phone. It's not that difficult for lawyers to find this information when they're running forensic evaluations like this. I mean, most clients will literally dump on their attorneys information that they think may or may not be relevant to answering discovery. But ultimately, that decision is up to the attorney representing the party. And the attorneys and the paralegals go through everything and they redact what they need to and they produce a privilege log when they have to. But we cannot be laissez-faire about our document productions. Just because the client has dumped on you doesn't mean that you need to dump it all on opposing counsel, because crap like this happens. Okay, let's get back to it.
They were supposed to find it. So that's what testimony is?
No, I searched it as well. I mean, so you guys have all this stuff and you say we didn't give me anything. It's
Mr.
ridiculous.
Jones, you know how an iPhone works, right? You've had iPhone text messaging for several years now.
Yeah.
What does it mean if the messages are in blue? Whose messages are those? Whose phone is this taken from?
I don't know whose phone's taken from. I mean, I turned the phone over and said, take the stuff off.
Can I have you look in the very bottom below the very bottom left corner? Is that your phone number?
Yes. Yes.
He's upset.
So you did get my text message.
He has every right to be.
And you said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Indeed.
Shut the front door. He did not just do that on the stand. Oh my God. Dumbest move ever by a defendant right here. Like, stupidest move.
You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past
How are they
2
not
years,
saying anything?
and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protected in any way.
This isn't helping.
As of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession, and that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have a text message about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then,
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
Did you know this happened?
no, I didn't know this happened, but I mean, I told you, I gave them the phone over. Just,
But just
And you
answer the
said,
question.
you said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
and I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course, I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not why.
No.
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones, that?
please just answer questions. There's no question. Mr. Bankston also only asks questions.
Sure. Mr. Jones, in discovery, you were asked, do you have Sandy Hook text messages on your phone? And you said no, correct? You said that.
Oh.
Didn't you?
I mean, I was mistaken, but you got the messages right there.
You know what perjury is, right? I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you, I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before, whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
No, Mr. Jones, one more time. And please remember, if you need to assert the Fifth Amendment, you can. I need to know that you can.
Oh, okay. Discovery is a very vague term because it's all encompassing of so many things that happen during the discovery process. We're not just talking about written discovery, we're also talking about oral discovery. And the duty to supplement discovery as information becomes known and available to you, okay? That is your responsibility regardless of what side you are on. Now, you don't have to be a tech guy. I mean, lots of people I know aren't tech guys, but you have the capability of conducting a simple search on your technical devices. I know that you do. I know that you know how to do that, Mr. Jones. The fact that you were deposed and during the process of your deposition you said I conducted that search and I didn't come up with any results. Okay, it's not that I conducted that search with my attorneys or I handed over the phone to my attorneys and my attorneys conducted that search. You literally said in your deposition that you conducted the search and thus you were lying. And I mean, if you did actually conduct the search, I mean, for good God, man, how in the world are you at the stature that you are and you don't know how to conduct a simple search on your phone? Okay, let's get back to it.
But you testified under oath previously that you personally searched your phone for the phrase Sandy Hook and there were no messages. You said that under oath.
Yes.
And you lied when you said it.
No, I did not lie.
Yes, you did lie.
Emails. You testified yesterday you don't have it. You got rid of your email 10 years ago.
InfoWars email.
Oh, so now it's info. You do use email though, don't you?
Not, it's like household stuff and things like that. But
So it's
I don't personally send emails.
Sure.
My assistant does, and it's for like, broken sprinklers or whatever.
Okay.
Seriously, you ask your assistant to move the sprinklers? I'm so sorry if you're his assistant.
So you don't have emails about Sandy Hook. You don't have emails about this case.
You got hundreds of thousands of our emails.
None from you. And I didn't get hundreds of thousands of emails. Most of those, in fact, you would agree with me, nearly every email you've produced to me outside of maybe 100 are emails of Wolfgang Halbig and Jim Hudson. Because they sent you thousands of emails, right?
I mean, I quit opening email and using it before Sandy Hook.
Okay. And so in other words, if somebody was to tell me, oh, I have emails from Mr. Jones that he wrote about this case in the past couple of years, that person would be lying? You're telling the truth?
Somebody else has got my InfoWars email because I haven't been using it all.
It's not qualified, Mr. Jones. You know in this case, you were asked to produce your emails, any emails you had about Sandy Hook. You know you were asked to do that, right?
Yeah.
And you said you didn't have it.
I told my IT people, go, you've got all that stuff.
No, Mr. Jones, I'm saying in deposition, under oath, sworn to God, you said you don't have any emails with Sandy Hook because you don't use email, right?
I mean, I think I haven't been using InfoWars email, and it's got to be a decade or longer in my memory. We're with Infowars.com,
No, Mr. Jones, no.
He is just completely dancing around this as much as he possibly can. I mean, yep, that's exactly what we're watching this dude do. Dance. This is his form of dancing. That's what we're watching. A show.
It's not what I'm asking. You notice when Mr. Watson emailed you, right? He didn't have an InfoWars email address, does he? He has like Paul Watson at sky.com. It's a UK email address. Did you know
Yes.
that? Right. We asked for all emails, and you told us you don't use email, and there are no emails for Sandy Hook. That's what you said under oath, isn't it?
There might be, I'm sure there might be like privileged emails where like lawyers are requesting documents or stuff about the case.
Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
First, objection on this one.
Sustained.
Did you testify under oath that you do not use email and that there are no responsive emails relating to this case? Did you testify to that?
Yes, I personally do not get on the internet and sit there and use email. I never send emails myself.
Lie. You never send emails yourself. Totally freaking lie. I'm sorry. You cannot be a person in today's society. Just, yes, you have. Stop dancing. Stop lying.
Because I don't like it, I can't stand it, there's just too many of them. That's a fact that I don't use email. I call people on the telephone.
Please pull up his email. Please perjure him. Please pull up his deposition. Something. I can't wait.
Your Honor, excuse me, Mr. Jones. Let me show you this document. Is that your email address?
Here it comes.
Yes.
Did you write an email? Is that an email, Mr. Jones?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jones. So
I'm not reading it. This is from, what's this have to do with Sandy Hook?
I'm not asking.
It doesn't. It was a general question. Stop dancing. You're making the jury hate you even more. It's not that hard to begin with.
Question other than that's an email you sent.
You used email.
Can you do that? Can you say that's an email you sent?
I must have dictated that to my assistant.
Okay, so there are, you would agree with me, there are
Somebody put this damn assistant on the stand and let's ask her really if he truly dictates all his emails and she goes in to his email user account and sends them as if it is from him.
emails, yeah, little thing I'm done with that. There are emails that you've sent to your lawyers, your staff, and others concerning your business operations that we requested for, Sandy Hook, other topics that have been requested in this lawsuit, like Zero Hedge. You'd agree those emails, they exist. Do you agree to that or not?
I've dictated emails to people, and you guys have gone and gotten other people to give you their emails. But that is my personal email that I use for personal stuff. Has nothing to do with.
Wasn't the question, idiot?
Emails there that my assistant prints off for me.
Oh my God. Okay. Done. I have never seen better dancing on stage on the witness stand. I just, he really gave us a show there. He really made it easy for the jury to hate him. I'm not surprised by the verdict that was rendered in this case. And this is just a huge, giant cautionary tale to every single law firm out there when it comes to the documents that your clients hand over. I mean, people, I have had a client come into my office with 6 banker boxes full of documents of every single insurance claim across the last 10 years. Every single email, every single journal page, every single calendar entry, every single. Okay, it was up to me to go through all of that crap and figure out what was actually responsive to discovery. What were the questions being answered? What were the answers that we gave? And what in this cluster crap full of information that my client has dumped on me is responsive to discovery? And if it needs to be redacted, then I'm going to redact it. Let's say that word all together, redacted. Okay? They should have looked over all of these text messages and redacted anything that they possibly could, prepared a privilege log, produced that privilege log. I mean, did y'all prepare for trial? Did you guys review the exhibit list from opposing counsel? I mean, how did you not know this was coming? Now, I pulled a still image from the trial. I'll show it right here. And I think this was the moment where Alex Jones was thinking to himself, guess I'm going to sue them for legal malpractice. Because, that's kind of inevitable. I mean, I just don't know how it isn't. I mean, yes, he perjured himself. No, I don't think that he's going to pay for it because he has this huge verdict against him now. But attorneys and paralegals at that law firm should be worried. And by now, they should probably have been in contact with their malpractice carrier. You have to take a look at everything that you have and produce only the things that are actually responsive and relevant to this discovery questions that are being asked. All right, you're not giving anything more and above and beyond that, but you do always have a duty to supplement as information becomes known and available to you. Those attorneys knew after that forensic evaluation, or should have known after that forensic evaluation, everything that came out of that forensic evaluation. If they were using an e-discovery platform and they were punching in keywords to search for things like Sandy Hook, it shouldn't have been that hard to find it, and it shouldn't have been that hard to produce it when it was supposed to be produced in discovery. Versus 12 days before trial or whatever it was. But this is a huge cautionary tale. If we learn nothing from this trial, we must learn this. We must learn that we can't be laissez-faire about that document production. We have to go over everything. And it is the purpose of having platforms like e-discovery. I know that it is hard to put your eyes on every single one of those pages. I know that. And that's why we have e-discovery. And I'm sure that there will be e-discovery people chiming in all over about this. So let me know in the comments below what you learned from this trial. Let me know in the comments below if you learned that documenting is central to case management and you need to index your goddamn document production. I mean, out of anything that you do, please index your document production. Okay, I had somebody recently say, well, we're going to save all of these documents just, in one folder. And that's the way that we're going to index things across the board. Saving things into a singular folder isn't indexing documents. Saving a facility chart in a medical records folder isn't indexing that medical chart. Saving defendant's entire document production culminating over thousands and thousands of pages is just saving documents. It's not indexing them. It's not making yourself intimately aware of every single little thing that is happening and going on and being produced in your case. You have got to be in the know, people. You have got to be in the know about your cases. You have to be intimately familiar with everything before you ever step foot in that trial room. Ever. All right, this is my reaction to a current event happening now that was an extreme cautionary tale to the legal industry. Thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck to you and all that you do, because this crazy legal industry needs a really organized legal professional just like you. Have an amazing day, a wonderful weekend ahead of you, and I will see you guys back on the next one. Mwah! Bye, guys.